For a very long time, reading, writing, and learning was considered a privilege of the wealthy. Then, in the late 1700s, the Prussians decided that everyone deserved an education and introduced an education model inspired by the Industrial Revolution. In this model, children were grouped by age and taught certain things each year. They had a fixed amount of time, or 1 year, to absorb a certain amount of information. And if there was anything they didn't fully understand, then that was just too bad. As the years go by, it becomes obvious who is academically gifted and who is academically challenged. In 1840, Horace Mann decided to introduce this model to the USA, and by 1870, public education had become fairly commonplace. However, the education system wasn't uniform. Different states had different standards, different periods for academic pursuits, and taught different subjects. So universities and employers had no idea of what knowledge their new staff or enrollees might have. Finally, the universities decided that this state of affairs needed to change. So in 1892, a committee of 10, led by the then president of Harvard, was formed in order to standardize the process. They decided compulsory education should last 12 years, when to introduce certain subjects such as algebra and physics, and that primary and secondary schools with different formats should exist. Although this was extremely forward-thinking for the time, education has remained mostly unchanged for 120 years. Despite the fact that PCs and the internet have given us a fairly cost-effective way to completely revolutionize the current model of education, little has been done. Many schools are trying a process known as flipping the classroom. This is where students are expected to use their textbooks and personalized help from their parents to learn at home what was traditionally learned in school. Parents become teachers, and teachers become testers and assessment managers. So students do their homework, such as activities, essays, and extra reading at school. But not all parents have either the time or qualifications to adequately replace teachers. What we're offering is a more interactive method of learning, freeing educators to offer help where needed, and allowing students to get help from both them and their peers while in the classroom. Also, having lessons available on video allows those students who are struggling to watch it over and over again at their own pace until they are able to grasp what is being taught. And this is the basic principle that Four-Way Learning is using to deliver their new model of education.